Hi everyone, I'm back and as you can see I've had a pretty good play with that one, and obviously got about as far as we can go with the methodologies I was using with this sort of paper tape, which I was just using for marking measurements because it's hard to see things on this black. But then just because it was at hand, I started using it for these other things, which, I tucked a bit of tin foil in there to plug a gap. But anyway, so I'm just going to leave that one be for now. I've got some more ideas about how we could make this really good. But one of the obvious sort of things that wasn't done yesterday was these other two were sticking out. And I just wonder if this would be 3 times as good if these 3 were done. So I've got this to a certain stage. Now I'm just going to do the cutting work to replicate that on these other 2. As you can see, I'm just moving this around with my hand at the table. So I think this detail here, this cutout here, was quite interesting, and I marked out here was my initial markings of how I thought I was going to do it. But then when I faced that, comprehending then also having the handle, then I ended up cutting out a bit more. So if you look from the back, that cutout is more of that shape. And I mean, there was method to it, but all these tapes here, see, I was actually using the edge of the tape for the lines, and these all went to a center point. So these were showing the various angles, and I've taken those angles from a template that I traced off the schematic from Wiki. I don't have it at hand, so that I knew I was getting as close as possible. So the margin of error with chasing these angles out, for instance, see this arrow down to here, arrow, that was perhaps one angle. But then the margin of error obviously is as you move the tape around the edge, you're hoping to keep that straight. In this case, this one here was just denoting where the edge of this disc would start. Not disc, sorry, of this fin would start. So yeah, various bits of tape with various things, and then obviously I just had it at hand, so I started using it to try and do that. It's a little bit of a workmanship disaster, albeit I was fleshing that part of the concept out. So I had some feedback on online that there wasn't, and some people might know a bit more about this than I do, but there wasn't a point of deflection. I think people have got very in the habit of looking at the Sabu disc like this, looking at it from the top, and perhaps with the preconception that they're looking for a fan blade. However, probably because it's an artifact and not many people get to hold it, I don't think anyone really looked at it like this. And when you look at it like this, you can clearly see a point of deflection. Heat through here is going to hit this side. It's going to want to push that out the way, and it's going to naturally create that rotation. So anyway, stick with me. Where am I going to start? Choosing. I think I'll start on this one. So when you look here, then we'll probably pencil a line up here too. Just got to work that out. Want it to be same on all sides. Okay, stay tuned. Looks like I've got a little bit of cutting to do, and we'll see you on the next one.